Hey, Vinny Fasese here with Realty One Group Nest. I'm here with Charlie Palmisano of Liberty Law, one of our most valuable partners. Charlie, thank you. Thanks for margaritas.
Yeah.
Thanks for this beautiful
happy summer
this night. Yeah, cheers.
2022.
And Charlie and Liberty Law are part of our partnership program, and a great company to work with. Learn more about them on our social pages, our website, and of course, have the pleasure to work with them one day, hopefully as well.
Thank you, Vinny.
We want to kind of just do kind of a cool video to get people to know a little bit about Charlie and Liberty Law and all the amazing stuff you guys do. And we were just talking before the camera went on.
Yeah, we were.
And I was like, wait, we should be actually rolling this.
Yeah.
But
that was a way better take what we were doing before than what we're doing now.
but I will say, you know, some of the things that people deal with in the process of buying, selling, or kind of, and you do more than just that.
Yeah.
But it's the personal touch you give, and the personal touch that your team gives. So
it's been like that for decades for me. And then when I partnered up with Rob Ciampetti about 7 or 8 years ago, we decided to continue that theme. He had a similar way of handling his business, and then we partnered up again with Mike McCarthy, and he handled business the same way, which was, you know, individual service, right? It has its positives,
all great
right?
guys too, and they all have they're great at what they do.
Yeah, they are. They're really nice guys, sincere, empathetic, work really, really hard. And I have to say, I'm really pleased that we have not only them, but our team, our amazing team. You know, we have paralegals and transaction coordinators and admin, all who put their heads down the minute they get into the office, and they work all day long to try to do a really good job for the clients. And I mean that with all sincerity. I couldn't be more pleased.
And I will say from experience, and I really do try to tell clients that, you know, the process has a lot of things that go on along it, but you really need a good team that helps you out. And I mean, from the legal standpoint, you guys offer the same type of service that I would expect and service that I would want to give people. And what I think is amazing of Charlie too is, and people don't realize this, is that they have offices in Boston, Beverly, Portsmouth, Newburyport. Most people just think, I think Newburyport.
And North Andover.
And now North Andover, as well, at our location down there. And it's amazing because, you know, you have such good coverage, you deal with so many different types of people, but you have this really very unique boutique-ness, if that's a word, to you.
It is today. It's funny, thank you. We did that for a reason. We did that because we felt like it was really important for us to go ahead and be able to service the clients throughout the region. Because we were already doing closings, in all those locations that you mentioned. And so we're like, well, what's a good place for them to meet up, and how can we make it easy for them? So we decided to, get a bigger footprint and be able to bring them to these offices and have them do the closings there, so they didn't have to travel as much. That was a big part of it.
When you start to have those conversations with buyers or sellers, is it right in the beginning and kind of giving their expectations from your end, or?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you. You oftentimes will introduce us to, a seller or a buyer, and right off the bat, that makes me feel better because I know that they're in good hands. We know that, right? Obviously, you're a fantastic producer in the region. You do a really good job, and I'm not just saying this because we're on camera. Everybody knows.
I'll slide you 20 later.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. I'll give you another margarita. So what happens in our world, on our end of the business, is we're kind of at the tail end, right? So they've already met with the lender, they met with the realtor, now they have to talk about the contract. And here in Massachusetts, as you know, there's an offer, right? And then when the offer happens, you guys kind of tee that up, and then you guys will say, okay, talk to the attorney to talk about the purchase and sale. So we then will say, okay, let's talk to the client. Let's try to figure out, make sure their needs are met, whether they're selling or buying. And I like to have a conversation with them, and I typically do, unless they're flying, they're unable to talk to me, somewhere in the world. I will wait to have a moment just to say, oh, nice to meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Can we talk about, one, welcome to the region, happy to have you. But I also like to get in depth about, just at the contract stage, what are your expectations with this, whether you're selling or buying. And then, of course, we go into the purchase and sale. So we talk about that as well.
And I think it's important, whether you're the first-time buyer, first-time seller, or just you've been doing it for years and years and years. I think they still need to have that conversation with you. Understand, because things are always changing, and obviously a contract is case by case.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, in my opinion, whether they're first-time home buyers or some of my colleagues at this point in my career have bought 50 properties.
Yeah.
We still have to have that conversation.
Yeah.
It's significant contract. This is the thing that people forget, right? Oh, we're going to be putting down $50,000, and we've heard these days they may put down $100,000 non-refundable. And
Understand what that means.
What the heck does that mean? Oh, we're going to be able to buy it. Like, yeah, but it could go this way or that way.
Know your gamble.
Yes, know your gamble. What's your downside? What are you willing to risk? So it's more than just the law, too, in my mind. Between obviously my partners and I, we have a lot of experience, so we've seen a lot of things. So, I joke that it's not the legal intelligence that's the most important. It's there, of course, but it's also the experience. I've done multiple thousands of closings over the years, and I have found that.
It's a sweet brag, by the way.
Yeah. I was going to say, I thought it was a dumbed down brag.
Yeah.
I mean, so I feel like that's really important. We bring that to the table, like, oh, I saw that happen.
Right.
I saw that happen. How can we
experience
protect
helps?
it from
You're able to kind of see it all.
Totally.
And I will say, and same with me, is that as much as you think you've seen, there's always something you haven't. And you're like, whoa, where did that come from?
I stopped saying I've seen everything. I'm like, knock on wood.
Keeps our lives interesting, though, right?
It does. And you know what? I find that the more you care and handle the client's matter with as much empathy as possible, the more it kind of leaks out, honestly, to the other side. And I've said to you early on before we were taping, I was saying that I feel like I have a nice rapport with most every real estate attorney in the region.
Yeah.
It's really helped out both on their end and my end. Like, how can we work this out?
Yeah.
So
it doesn't make sense to come guns a-blazing on anything.
No.
And then I feel, and again, that's always the approach I take too. It's like, we're not here to, there's not ego we're trying to throw out here. We're just trying to help the client, trying to get from one end to the other and make sure that, their services are met.
Yeah, I think like you, when I go to work, I'm actually excited to be there. I try to get in, 8 o'clock in the morning. Is that a humble brag?
It's a humble brag.
Okay, all right. I don't mean to. I just like to get my day
Can we do some tickers on how many brags this guy's dropped?
Yeah. And you know me. I say the last guy in the world. But I feel it's important. You get your day set so you can help represent
It is, yeah. You jump on it, and people sense that. And like you said, I think at the end of the day, they appreciate it.
Yeah.
They appreciate the effort. They appreciate you kind of holding a hand through the process. And honestly, the reason that besides you being an amazing margarita host.
Yeah, thanks. You made the drink.
I did, but you did provide the boost. And this beautiful scenery, Charlie, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us over here to check out your space.
Thanks for having us.
But no, this is the reason that I love working with you.
Yeah.
And honestly, if anybody hasn't worked with Charlie or Liberty Law, give them a try. These guys are the best.
Thank you, Vinny.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, same
Appreciate
way.
it.
Okay.